Erosion has become a major environmental problem in Plateau State, and this has been linked to mining activities common in the state for its large deposits of solid minerals. And the mining activities, which have been going on for decades, have caused serious land degradation around the Jos state capital, as evident by numerous abandoned mining ponds. The mining ponds have become a death trap for both humans and livestock, just as heavy metals from them have poisoned sources of potable water.
From the time I started living in this community around 2014 till now, there has never been any intervention by any government around here. The road construction that took the other part was just road. It didn't take care of the situation much. But then with the coming of the new map around this area, it has salvaged the situation a great deal.
We have been having so many challenges. As you can see, it's affecting our roads. These roads, especially during the rainy season, they are not motorable.
Because
Joining us to discuss the situation in Jos Plateau State capital is Project Coordinator, Nigerian Erosion and Watershed Management Agency, Plateau State, Lavi Govwin. Good to have you on Newsday.
Thank you very much.
Now, can you tell us what your agency has been doing to curb erosion and land degradation in Plateau State?
Thank you for that question, and thank you for giving us audience to really discuss this subject. As a matter of fact, Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project is a World Bank assisted project co-funded by federal, state, and World Bank. And the main aim of the project is to intervene in areas that have been degraded by erosion. Erosion here principally activated by rainwater that flows swiftly through the terrains of the environment. Also minor activities which also help in accelerating the degradation in these areas that we are intervening. It has been of great help to the various communities that are really passing through the torment by land degradation through these factors I've mentioned. The agency has intervened in basically two local governments in the state, which are actually land-scale gully erosion devastations. And this has brought a lot of relief to the people, the communities living within this the corridor of the gully erosion.
And, sir, we're aware that it's caused mainly by a lack of environmental protection, unmitigated tin mining, of course, you said the heavy rains and erosion, and, of course, the global warming that is going on globally. I want to know what more the government can do in order to mitigate some of these effects of erosion. And what can ordinary citizens do as well? Or is it something that has gone beyond that?
Yeah, the government, as a matter of fact, the government brought in the World Bank as state fund to attend to these degradations. And there's a lot of sensitization also as a component of this project, enlightening people, telling people the need to arrest gully formation at the very initial stage. We also teach them how to use some bioremediation techniques to manage the already disturbed soils in their own various locations. Also, they should, to engage in good farming practices that will enhance the improvement of soil in terms of resisting erosion. The local communities actually have stepped up their efforts in understanding the dynamics of erosion, and they've been able to manage some of the erosion at a small scales. However, when it escalates to a major gully system, that the resources of local government and the states are overwhelmed, where the donor agencies like World Bank will come in. And it is not just this project that's going on. Another project is coming on the heel of this new map, which will soon exit, to further escalate in terms of intervention in some other areas that are experiencing the same thing. So generally, the government is doing a lot. The government is paying attention. I want to place on record that there has never been any intervention or consciousness in terms of restoring degradation by any government in the past than this present government. So I think the government is putting in a lot of effort, and the communities are becoming more and more aware. Many communities come to our office, and most of the time we try to give them technical support where necessary.
Okay, so some people say that some of the easiest ways to fight these gully erosions we're seeing happening just is maybe to build an artificial lake. Some would say probably build a dam. And these things are very cost intensive. The question is, do we have the political will to ensure that we do these things to help save what is left of those lands that have not been swept by the gully erosion?
Yeah, I think it's quite assuring that, as Elora mentioned in my remark, that after this new map, Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, the government has again stepped up effort in terms of seeking for assistance to actually take on some of the areas that have not been considered for intervention. Crucial, it's another project that's coming on the heel of this one with a bigger funding, and it's going to tackle most of the areas that have been degraded by mining. Some of the mining reservoirs, some of the areas, some of the ponds will be converted into either water supply for livestock or for humans or irrigation practices. This is the focus of the state in the area of reclamation, and then making the environment friendly for the communities where these degradations are taking place.
Now, you said the government is doing a lot to tackle erosion in Plateau State, but if you listen to the track that we played just before we started this interview, there are some residents who claim that they've not had any government intervention in their communities for years. Now, how do you reconcile this, and what measures are being put in place to cushion the impact of what they are going through, pending the time when the government actually intervenes?
Yes, yeah. Communities actually, when communities live in isolation, probably we know of certain communities might not understand what is happening in one. They understand most of what is happening in their communities, but what is happening in the other, they may not understand. For example, that same person that maybe was granted an interview might not know what's happening in Mangu local government, where another major intervention is taking place. We have another one that's taking in Jos North. We also, there's another one that is going to take place in Lantang. There's reclamation of destroyed catchment, where the catchment is contributing a lot to the reservoir that supplies water to the communities. We are not going to say here categorically that we have achieved or we have attained the level we desire to, but the effort so far on ground confirms the government is paying attention and is making tremendous effort to cope to the menace of erosion in Plateau State.
All right, the project coordinator for the Nigerian Erosion Watershed Management Agency in Plateau State, Mr. Lavi Gofwin, thank you so much for joining us and speaking with us this afternoon.